Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It's Sunday. It's the second part of Sunday, and you know what that means? Second Chance Sunday. Oh yeah, this is all about the next 2 hours. We're going to take you through some of the most popular collections that you've seen over the last couple of weeks, and this is all about you guys getting involved as well, because if there's any products you want to see in Second Chance Sunday, you can request that we bring them back, and we will do our best for you. We really will. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to email, pop Second Chance Sunday in the subject line, and we will get back to you, and we'll do our best to get it on, to get your products back on. I am not on my own. The Scotty Hottie has flown in for the second half of Sunday. How are you doing, Craig?
I'm doing good, thank you very much, Joe. Absolutely. And I was actually just watching the opening titles there thinking, gosh, they're nice and new. And then I thought, wait a minute, no, can't tell you the last time I've been on a Second Chance Sunday, so not new at all. So this is a nice novelty for me. Although in saying that, let's be honest with you, pretty much the products we've got on the show, I'm the one that done them throughout the week because I was on every flipping show this week. So I know what to expect, but no, it's a good, it's a very good point, Producer Laura, isn't it? So yeah, so I know what to expect. It's going to be a nice fun show as well, and we're just going to see what we can come up with. A couple of things we'll kind of expand upon what we've done during the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Loads of you chatting away with us as well. Remember, you can get in touch in all of the usual ways. Crafters TV across on Facebook, or of course across on YouTube as well. Loads of you saying hi already. Laura from Virginia's in, Jeannie in Massachusetts, Carol in Florida, Monica in Detroit, Melissa's in from Kentucky, and Amy from New York. Everyone stateside is up and at 'em today, which is awesome. Now, I'm going to give you a quick heads up of some of the fabulous things that you're going to be seeing in the show today. We're going to start off with the stained glass window collection. This is always so popular whenever we bring it to you, because you've got everything that you need in here, which is absolutely fantastic. So you've got all of your card blanks in here, which is fantastic, which go with your different dies. So you've got the Kingfisher, you've got the windmill, that's a windmill, you've got the single lily, and you've also got land and sea in here. You have also the acetate and the matte black adhesive cardstock as well. It's a full collection there. The price is awesome as well, £64 or $80. Club Inspired Platinum members, $51.20 or $64 if you want to get your hands on that. We've got the decorative outlines, and these are an absolute steal because they should be $79.96 altogether. They are down to £28 for Club Inspired Platinum members. They should be $99.80 in the US, $35.20 will be what you are playing in the club in the US. You're saving so much more than you're spending there on those ones. We've got some awesome flower forming for you on the show as well. This is your Learn to Flower Form, which is an awesome collection because you've got 3 different die collections in here. You've also got your foam and you've got your stamens, and a fifth of the stock of that has already sold out and gone. Now, if you want some of the extra flower forming dies, you can do so. 3 of these dies were already in the Learn to Flower Form. So these are the 3 you just saw, but then without the foam, you can go for all the dies. So you've got the doily in there, you've also got the butterfly in there as well as you've got the lily, the peony, the clovey, the doily, the leaves and vines, and the dainty butterflies in that one. The Reef Sentiment Stamp and Dies. These have been so popular since we launched them. In here what you've got is the Rustic Reef, the In Full Bloom Reef, the Primitive Reef, and the Simple Reef as well. And then loads of other stuff too. So you've got sentiments in here, you've got a lot of stamp and dies in here. Something you can really play around with, that you can really layer up and get an awesome result with. £69 or $86.50. Beautiful butterflies. What's beautiful in German? Anyone know? Let's find out. Googling. £27 or $46. Now this is an unbelievable deal, this one, because if you missed this earlier in the week, it is back. You've got 3 metal dies in here. You've got 2 stamps and dies and an acrylic stamp set. It's $21.60 or $36.80. For Club Inspired Platinum members. You think that's down from £70 or $115 in the US. Brilliant deal there, which is awesome. And then a lovely little sort of starter kit if you want to have a go at some of our peekaboo collection. You get the window arches in here, which are really handy to have with this collection, and you get 2 of the characters. You get the bear and you get the bunny included as well. $16.98 or $22.90. Now, we're going to come back though, and we are going to come back to the organisers. These are absolutely awesome. Let me show you what you are getting in here. So you've got a die collection in here that's going to be the worker die, if you will, and it's going to basically do all of the hard work for you. So it's going to do all of the outside elements that you see, the concertina elements at the side here as well. This all flaps up, which is awesome. And then you can tie this off with ribbon, and it's going to also do the trellis on the outside of there. And there's different things that you can do with these. There's different composition that you can do in order to make these look and feel very different. There's so many reasons why you might want to use these, whether it's for getting organised, whether it's for an extension of bullet journaling. Maybe you're going to make little mini memory books with these. There are lots and lots of things that you can do. So that makes the outside element. And then what you've got are 3 different stamp sets. And the 3 different stamp sets are here across these 2 boards. So whether it's days of the month, whether it's places you want to go, whether it is, you know, things to do, you've got all bases covered, whatever you want to get organised with. Now, the great thing about this is the price on this collection, because it is awesome. You've got a fantastic saving there, as you can see. However, Club Inspire Platinum members save $48.70. That means it is $51.20 today. Platinum members in the US are saving $60.50. Meaning you're spending $64 today. So, I mean, it really, really is an awesome deal, however you look at it, which is absolutely fantastic. Right, next we need to have a little chat about the demo of the week, because it has been going on all week. We have been picking our favourite demonstration from every single show and saving it up for you guys here on our Second Chance Sunday show to pick your favourite. I mean, it's going to be hard though to pick, because there's some awesome ones coming up in this show. So that's the one we just saw with Debbie's there. You've got a whole host of different beautiful ones. You've got something from Leanne here as well, some Debbie Fisher ones in there too. There are some really, really awesome ones. Another one from Sarah. Sarah's done the same demo twice, so 2 weeks running. I'm not sure that's allowed, to be honest, but I mean, it is. I must admit, she did show me it again, and it was awesome. It was actually better. It was this week's one. So let's see. If she doesn't want to get it, might be awkward.
Can you also, just on that video there, it just caught right at the start. It just missed my butterfly one. Here we go again. It's not butterfly. It's ladybug. Ladybug.
Oh, are you saying that? Do you want me to? Are you saying that your ladybird one's missing?
Yeah. It wasn't. You know what?
So you want me to move
You'll
it?
see
Is that
it
what
just
you're saying?
coming up now. There
it
you go.
is. Oh, okay.
There you are. I think, yeah, there's something going on
I love
a
that
bit
Craig
here.
is like, no.
Yeah, biased stuff going on here. My home one was kind of just, not quite missed, but just a little bit harder to see as well. But
well, what we'll do is we'll take them off the shelf at some point and we'll have a proper look at them in hands. You can only vote once, by the way, but we'll be doing that towards the end of this show. So make sure you stick around with us for the whole show if you want to have your say on who you think is the winner this week. Jeannie is saying, I love the new way they are showing us how to use what we buy. They take the time to show us a few at a time, and we get to learn so much more. It's awesome. Well, you're more than welcome, Jeannie. Aisha says, good morning again, everyone. Excited to join and learn for a lesson with Craig Lard, Crafter's Companion. Lard? Craig Laird, even. Molly Hannah says, Joe, it seems like forever since I've been able to see you here with my schedules. Good morning. I knew I'd missed you, Molly. Good morning. Cherie says as well, Schönesmetterling is German for beautiful butterflies. Schönesmetterling. There you go. Thank you very much for that. Right, these organisers, Craig, these are one of those things that when I first saw them, right, I'm going to level with you. And I've not told anyone this before. I just thought, would I use it, is what I thought when I first saw it. And I saw the size of it and I thought, you know, how much stuff are we going to get in there? How much stuff are we going to get organised? And when I started to see what people were making in the shows with them, when I started to see what you guys at home had made with them, I've totally realised why you need these in your life. Because if you want to get organised, if you're a disorganised person like me, there's so many options, isn't there? From if you are not travelling anywhere, you're staying at home, or you know, building a memory book, or you're just trying to get through the day without forgetting your jobs, you can do it all beautifully with these.
You can do. You're right with that. You know, so you can go all out and create an organizer with all of the elements. You can then just slim it back slightly and just pick and choose a few different ones. You can do them obviously for yourself. You could use them as gifts. You can color theme them whatever way that you want. So we're going to pick upon one of the elements that we will demo just in a moment. But it's just so that you can see you've got your organizer here, you know, so you can decorate it any way that you want. You've got, if you go through the full stamp set, you'll be able to see how you've got that, things like your shopping list, your notes, things you need to buy, receipts. You've got all of these. And then what you can then be doing is restamping them time and time again. So you'll be able to use them time and time again. You've got all the little pockets. You can see here, what you can then do is pop that decorative detail die that also comes included as well. What we've also got inside is you've got that option to create the little pockets there, elongated pockets. But then within things like that, you can even just have little boxes. So these could be maybe things that you need to pay. You can tick off once you've paid them. You know, it could be, again, little notes if you want to. You can be doing anything like that. But then if I go into this next bit here, so if you fold them over again, we've got another component where you can have maybe other lists that you've got. Keeping in mind, if you look at the full collection, you've got so many different stamp sets. Show you another idea. This is then done within the craft card. So if you're wanting to do them for gifts, obviously that's a great thing that you can be doing. It's all handmade so that you know that you're going to be making it to the person's specific colour likes, basically. But if we go on to, there we go, that's the front there. So you can see then, if we open this one up, if we turn it in this way, so you've got your dates, so you've got your months all included. Here's another one of the panel. These can then pop out as well. And then if we go into this bit here, we've got the option to do your shopping list. You've got the option to put, there is an actual genuine receipt in that one. Let's have a look. Storage lid and box, brush for a teapot, okay. Craft bag, gems, acrylic paint, and hair bauble. Well, it's certainly not my receipt anyway.
Wow! Wonder whose that could have been.
I wonder. So you've got that one, and I won't go through this one, but it goes to show if you want to do it with blacks and your golds and your embossing folders and your gilding waxes, you can completely personalise it to whatever way you want it to be, or to whoever you're giving it to. So what we're going to do, to actually make the main concept of the organiser, you're going to have to use your large Gemini or a large die cutting machine. So what we can do is I'm going to bring black card with this one. We'll do black and white so we can show you how it's actually going to look. So this large die, what we're needing to do is die cut this one out twice, because what this is the one, you can probably see already that it's actually the one that's going to create the fold of your organiser. So if I bring this one in, bringing in the plates here, and then we're going, why am I putting that on, Craig? It's not what you need. It's that one. So we're basically putting on our plastic shim, magnetic shim, top cutting plate. Though it's a big die, it still classes our wafer thin die, so that is the plate configuration that you need.
Helen Peachy's got a question for us, Craig, and I'm sure we'll get to it later. She says, can either you or Craig check which way the arch window cards in the stained glass window collection should be cut? Mine seems to be back to front if the black side of the card is on the outside. Does that make sense?
Kind of. We'll be going over them later on in the show, so we'll answer that one then.
Stick around for that, Helen, and we'll definitely get that answered, and we'll go over it again later in the show. Laura says, hello, with the Ultimate Organiser, how do you stick together a notepad, Craig?
A notepad? I'm trying to think what one would be with the notepad. So your notepad, what you would then tend to do is cut your cardstock or whatever it is that you're using to the specific size, you know, however many that you're wanting. Then I would either put a really thin line of your red liner tape, or it could be a thin line of your tacky glue along the top there. If you do actually have anything like a perforation cutter, maybe you've got a guillotine, or not a guillotine, but a paper trimmer that's got the perforation line, you could do that. But other than that, I would just use either a thin line red liner tape or your tacky glue.
Awesome.
So here we go. So that's me now cut two of them. So we need these two. And then what we need to do is take in our guillotine, and then we need to trim down. So you've got an embossed line right down the center, and you've also got an embossed line here on the tab. So it's this halfway line that we need to cut. So we're just following that embossed line, and basically we're just cutting it in half. And we're going to do exactly the same with this next one, following that embossed line. Now these will come in handy later on if you want to do any of your little slits or any of your little pads or that, you can be using that. But we're going to pop this one to the side. We're then going to fold that one over and fold that one over. And then what I'm going to do is taking these ones here and I'm going to pop them into place. So over the two tabs, we're going to pop our tab over the top and I'm going to press. So if I press that one in, so for this full actual organiser, because it's classed as not a concept,
You okay, Craig?
yeah, you'd think I would be nice and refreshed after yesterday. Construction.
I love that you're looking at me as well.
And you're looking back at me going, no, you've got no chance.
Sorry.
You've got no chance. But yeah, because it's construction, what I would do is use our tacky glue. So we can see that's going to be the frame of your organiser. What I can then do is let's bring in this piece here. So this is our red. Oh my gosh, Joe, it's not red, it's white. It's not light red. Not light red. This is our white stamping card that I've got here, and we're going to cut another one. Now this is what's going to create the divider within your organiser. So we're running this one through. So when it comes to the actual construction of the main organiser, this is really the only components where you would need your large Gemini. Everything else onwards is then going to be able to go through at least your Gemini Junior, and then many of the other small components will go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go. So we can then take this one to the way and peel that one out of the way. And then what we can do with this one is you need this full lot on this one. So we're going to fold this one in half. And then on this tab one here, I'm going to fold it backwards. And then once again, what I will just do for time and speed, let's use our tape runner. So I'm popping our tape along the bottom. And then what we can do is we're going to fold this back on itself. So we're going to fold that one on there. And then we're going to press. So just press that one into place. So we can then take that one, and then let's take this little die here. So this one, nice rectangle die, but these grids actually give you an embossed line, not a die cut line. So I thought, let's see if I got let's bring in my MIDI for this one. Just because it's a nice small one, it's going to be a lot quicker if I do it through the MIDI. And because this is even smaller, we can even use our mini folder with the MIDI.
Oh.
So we're going to pop that one through. So we can take that through. And although you've got that pause and reverse function, sometimes even then it's just as quick to use your MIDI or your Mini. We need two of these, because these are what's going to create the little folds at each side.
Lots of you are talking about these in the comments. I know a lot of you own this collection already. If you do, I'd love to see some pictures of the things that you have been making. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them. So you can see the details there along the bottom of the screen for you. Send your pictures in. We would love to see what you've been making, wouldn't we, Craig?
We would do, absolutely. It actually gives us lots of ideas and inspiration as well, because with this one, certainly with like an organiser, there is so many different ways and styles and looks that you can make it look in. And, you know, it could be something, you know, someone's maybe having a baby or something and you want to do a little organiser within, you know, things need to remember or get or do. It's a nice little thing that you can be doing when it comes to that. Now on this one here, what I've done is I've created a bit of a W that you can see from up above there, just by a mountain and two valley folds. So there's our glue there, and then let's do it again on this side here. And on this one here. So if we bring this one back in, and then this is then with this bit here, we're going to fold that one into place, and this is then just going to sit on the very edge of your organiser. There. Let's do the same with this one while we're here at the same time. This one can just sit, and it's just sitting nice and flush up against the edge of your card as well as the bottom of the organiser. So this one can go there.
Sandra said, Joe, did Leanne leave her gin bottle on Friday, and has Craig found it? There you are.
Well, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
Oh, I wouldn't mind a little gin right now. Well, I WhatsApped into the studio during the HM preview and said, you know, how jealous I was that I wasn't in doing it. but did say that I was at home watching with wine to Swings and Roundabout, and Sarah said that there wasn't a no wine policy in the studio. So
Really?
I mean, the boss has said it herself. So I mean, let's bring on the Sauvignon Blanc's what I say. I mean, you know, 7 o'clock is our last show, and that is you know, that's a legitimate time for a little glass of wine, I think.
It is. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I would completely agree with you. If she's saying that there's a no wine policy, does that also go for, you know, maybe like a little gin or a cheeky beer or something like that?
I don't know. I feel like we're going to have to get a little bit more clarity on this situation.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Leave it with me. I've got launch day tomorrow with Sarah, so hopefully we'll clear that up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would be quite good to actually clear up, because you've actually got me for the first half an hour, and then Sarah's taking over, so we'll be able to clear it up with the three of us.
So we'll all sort that out tomorrow. Don't you worry about that.
We will do. We will do indeed. Now here is how you're then creating the main construction part of your organiser here. So you've got your little tabs at the side there. So this is where you could then take along your notelets. The die to do your notelets also comes included. So you can see, just taking a strip of your cardstock, and that's going to die cut the edge. Taking in the stamps that also come included, you can stamp the word notes. Taking another piece of cardstock, using the other panel for the slot, that can sit over the top. Cut that one out, and then you've got tickets. You've got lots and lots of different words. It's not just notes and tickets, so many of them. And then what you can do is you can pop that one within the middle, that one within there as well. And then that's going to be how you're able to construct the main concept of your organiser, as well as that back panel bit there. Then what you can do is you can come along and you can build upon that, you know, whether it is your shopping list, whether it is your receipts, whether it is your birthdays, your calendars, your reminders, all of them come included if you're going for the big bundle.
Awesome. And I think the great thing is, Craig, that you'll find many different uses for them. The wonderful thing with it is that you are getting everything you need stamp-wise included to make a whole host of different ones. However, let me show you those two stamp sets, 3 stamp sets that you're getting here across these 2 different boards. And the stamp sets are what are going to allow you to do the organising. So you've got all of your different months of the year and your days and all of that kind of stuff. You've got tick boxes and lines and grids, everything that you're going to need to keep yourself super organised. But I think you could really pare it back a little bit as well. My mum is 60 on the 25th of January, and unfortunately, like a lot of us, we are not going to get to see each other. So rather than doing something with her, which I was going to do, Craig, I'm going to do lots of things with her over the next sort of year and do it as like IOUs. So, you know, like a wallet like that might be a really lovely thing to put little IOUs in with a lovely little bit of a ribbon and then send it off to someone, you know, and it's got that in there. Because so many people are doing sort of IOUs, or, you know, we're going to do something and we'll do it at a later date. So it might be a really lovely way to do that. It could be big things, it could be small things, you know, it could be a whole host of different things.
And then, you know, when you do meet up, you know, if you go somewhere or that, you know, maybe keep the little ticket stubs or the receipt bits or something like that. And that's a good way for her to remember the days that you spent to celebrate her birthday. Yeah,
absolutely. I've got like a memory bag that I need to do something with. I've got like a big bag of like concert tickets and, you know, airline tickets, you know, like, and you know, like little leaflets and things that you pick up that don't mean anything, but yeah, like little, like a strip of chewing gum that someone gave me in Sweden sometimes. You know, like, it doesn't have any sentimental value. You know, when you just come back from holiday and you open up your case, don't you, and you get everything out and you've always got random things. I've got a Chupa Chup lolly in the bottom of that bag. I do not know where it came from, but it came back from Barcelona with me. So, you know, but the little paper bits that you have, this might be a great way of organising some of those as well. So many different things you're going to be able to do with it as well. Carol says, you two don't need alcohol. You get in enough trouble without it. We really do, Carol. You are right. Let's move on and have a little look at the stained glass windows, because I want to show you the 4 different effects that you're going to achieve with these. Really, really awesome collection. This has been so popular ever since we launched it. So you've got this one here, which is your windmill, which I think is just awesome. You've then got this one. This is my favourite, without a doubt, the land and sea. I think it is so, so gorgeous. You've then got as well the single lily, which is this one here.
All the single lilies. All the single lilies.
Put your hands up.
Can't help that.
That's it. And you've also got as well, you know, a completely different way of using it. But this is a stained glass window, but it's been used here, as you can see, more sort of like an outline or an overlay. So again, a great way of using it. This is the Kingfisher that you've got just here. £64 or $80. Now what it gets you as well is, if you take a look, you'll see it gets you the different card blanks that you'll need. So for each one of the dies and the shapes that I've just shown you, you have your corresponding card blank that comes with it. You're going to get 5 white, 5 black in each style, and then what you're going to get as well as the envelopes here to go with it. You also get the matte black cardstock, and you're going to get the construction acetate as well. So you've got everything you need in there. It really is a full collection when it comes to your stained glass windows. And I think there's a lot of different things and different styles that you can do with these, which no doubt Craig is going to guide us through. If you're a Platinum member, $51.20 or $64 to get your hands on these, you're basically saving almost as much as you're spending as a Platinum member on this collection, which I think is absolutely brilliant. These have been so popular since we launched them, Craig. What is it? Why do we keep putting these on shows, and why do they continue to be busy?
It's the fact that there is really so much that you can be doing with them. They're stained glass, so because you've got the acetate within that big bundle there, you can then be colouring it in with your alcohol markers. But then what you can start to do is just use them so they're apertures on their own. But then you can then even just do the embossing with them. But then what you can do is do a bit of paper piecing, like I'm away to do in the middle. In a minute. There really is so many things that you can do with them. And of course, depending on the style, you can make them look completely different by changing the colours. So what we're going to do to start with is I'm going to take a square of that black cardstock that's in the bundle that's got the adhesive on the back, and I'm going to use the single lily window.
Oh, the single lilies.
See, that's I can't help but think that when I say that. And with this die here, what you've got, not only have you got the detail, you've got the outside die as well, so it's going to cut completely out. So what I can do is, if I pop that one on, I'm not going to tape it into place because it doesn't matter if it goes a bit ski-whiff. So what I can do then, I've moved over just onto my Gemini Junior now. Now, of course, you could do this with a large Gemini, but you know what I'm like. I always like to just have my Junior at the side of me. I'm going to do pause, and then I'm going to do the reverse for this one here. The only reason I'm doing the reverse, chances are it'll have die cut no problem at all because it's got the adhesive on the back. Just to make doubly sure, because we've got the reverse function, I'm going to go back on itself. We can then remove that one out of the way. Now, if you wanted to do paper piecing where your paper piece and the black bits back in, keeping in mind, this is all adhesive back, so you don't even need to use glue for that one. But for this instance, it's not the black that I'm needing, so we can pop all of these wee bits out, or at least get the main concept of the lily. I'm going to pop that one out, I'm going to pull it out, and then what I can do is if we take these bits out, and then what will happen, some of it will look as though you've still got white in place. That's just the backing of the adhesive, but once we've taken that one off, the actual white bits will come away. So we can pop that one into place here. Then what I'm going to do is, if I take a piece of our white smooth stamping card, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, I'm going to pop this one into place here. I'm going to get it as close to the centre as possible, and I'm going to pop that one in, and I'm just going to press just for it to grab. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of all that excess bit. If you've got your tool, then you could be using that. And then I can bring in, I've taken some white and yellow card. So let's do a little bit of paper piecing quickly with the yellow. I've got one completely done, so I can show you that and we can finish the card. But I'll let you see how you can then run that one through. Just to say as well though, the white cardstock that I just used, although I said it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, you actually get that outside die as well, which is the same size. So I actually used that to cut the outside. So I can then take this one out the way, and I'm going to move it. Now carefully, I'm just going to sit it to the side, because what I want to do is, I don't want to lose any of that. I want to actually pick out bits that I'm going to colour. So what I can do is, with my tacky glue and the fine applicator, if you've got something like a quickie glue pen, you could be using that if you want, but I'm colouring in with the tacky glue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the bits that I want. So I'm going to pick that part of the yellow out and paper piece it back in. Now, do I need any of these wee bits? Some of them, what you'll need to do, they'll stay in place of the die. So I need that one, I need that one, and I think that one. So let's pick this one up, I'm going to pop that one into there. Now this is where you can have a lot of fun. You can completely go random with the colours if you want, or you can keep it all one colour. Why not even start to use things like your mirror card or your matte card that you could be doing? Have fun with your cardstocks. Alternatively, if you've got any of your glue pastes or that in the little bottles, that would look quite nice too. Just have a play, see how it will look. What I'll do is I'll just do a couple of other, I'll tell you what we'll do very, very quickly. Let's take this die again. I have done more in the yellow, but I want to show you a couple of bits with the green.
You can really play around with the colours here as well, couldn't you, Craig? And really get, cut this in loads and loads and loads of different colours and just see what you come up with. I love it when people flood the open areas with colour, Craig. I think we saw it with a little bit of ink mixed, a little bit of sparkle pen mixed with some tacky glue, was it, that was used for some of these? Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think it was such a great way of doing it.
It is. It really, really is. It's just nice. It can be so effective. And as you said, changing the mediums or that, why not even do some pieces in kind of like matte cards? Some could be glitter card if you want. You can completely mix it up. It's up to yourself. This is the fun thing. And I think as well, it's so therapeutic, but it's not an overly large die that you are going to get fed up. It's not an overly detailed die. All these bits that I'm doing are quite sizable. They're not fiddly. And what happens is the finished result just looks spectacular.
Loads of people chatting away. Aisha saying, what's the difference between the two acetates that are available on the Crafts Companion website? I'm not sure which two are on there at the moment. So normally we have a heat-resistant acetate, which is designed for you to do your sort of heat embossing and stuff on. And then you have your heavyweight as well, which is all down to doing construction and those kind of things with. This is the A5 size heavyweight acetate that you've got in this one. So yes, I hope that clears it up. Sometimes we have a hunky-dory one as well on the website. That is also a heavyweight one too. So just depends on the job that you want to do. But I think I'm right in saying you wouldn't do construction with the heat resistant, would you, Craig?
No, too flimsy for that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that at all. So what you've just said is absolutely bang on the money, Joe. Completely.
Awesome. Kieran saying, can you imagine all the secrets that Joe would tell after a glass or two of wine? I mean, it could be dangerous, Kieran, couldn't it?
Could you imagine the secrets that you sometimes give without any wine? So could you imagine what it would be like with the wine? It would, although it would be interesting actually. Be really, really interesting. I'm going to show you the one that I've finished, but also to show you, Joe, is these are the bits that I'm not actually using. So you can be using them for another card if you want. Even if you wanted to do an offset shadow effect onto a card, that would look nice. But if I bring in the one, so that's what we've started, and this is how it finished. So using a piece of pink card, so I just went into the centre and die cut that one out, and some of the green and the yellow I've just popped around the edges. Now you could come along with your sparkle pen if you want, that's up to yourself. I've brought in a square matte layer also with the yellow, but what I've also done is gone over the back with a piece of black cardstock, and I've taken a 5x5 card, we'll pop that into the centre here. I've taken another piece of black cardstock. That is then just going to matte and layer onto here. So let's take the back off and we can pop this one on. So if I pop that one into place. Now I've gone for obviously blacks being a deep tone. You could go for a deep navy if you wanted to, or you can go in for a black, a grey if you want. It's just having fun. That's the good thing about these. Have fun, do all these different techniques that you can do. And I'm going to pop that one there. I'm just popping it.
I love the overlapping slightly, Craig.
It gives it a different
really
look,
nice.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
Gives it a different look. I'm making sure that it's flat along the bottom so it doesn't obviously fall. And then with this one here, although it's a 5x5 card, it will just go into a 6x6 envelope because you've got the points. And then a strip with a sentiment. I'm going to pop that one along the bottom here. Could be any name, of course. It could be someone's name. It could be any sentiment. But then there we go. Quite a fun card to make. And you can see and imagine how different it would look. But that could be acetate on the back instead, and you've coloured in with your classiques or tri-blends. Up to yourself. But there's one idea for you.
Really, really gorgeous. Lots of you chatting about this. Lisa saying, bet the stained glass dyes would look amazing over Spectrum alcohol inks too. Yeah, absolutely, they would. Remember what you're getting in here as well. So you've got those 4 different designs when it comes to the stained glass windows, as you can see. So you have got the Kingfisher, which is this one just here. You've got that gorgeous lily that you just saw Craig demonstrating there. You've got the Land and Sea, which is this one here. And you get the windmill too. Now remember, not only are you getting that, you're getting everything else that you need in order to put these together. So you're getting your 4 different styles of Aperture card blanks. Now, don't think that once you've used those 10, 5 white, 5 black, that you can't create more, because within each one of the die sets, you also get the outer edge. So if you've got regular card blanks, you're going to be able to cut the Aperture in, so don't worry about that. You've got the matte black cardstock, and you've also got the acetate down the other end there as well. It is a full collection for you, which is awesome, and you've got a great price. £64 if you're in the UK. Platinum members are spending $51.20. If you're stateside, $80. That comes down to $64 as a platinum member, which is absolutely awesome. Misty saying she loves how that sentiment really made that last card pop, Craig, as well. It was a beautiful card, that, Craig. If we were going to be putting something into the demo of the week, I think that might have been a contender.
Do you think so?
But there's no demo of the week edition for Second Chance Sunday.
Oh, neither.
So you're at a disadvantage doing this show.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
maybe give yourself half a star just for doing Second Chance Sunday.
Yeah, I might do that.
I think so.
Might do that.
Yeah, I think that works. Right, let's move on because I want to show you the peekaboo. Now, the peekaboos are awesome. What we've got here as well is a really fantastic collection because you've got a couple of the characters here and you've also got then the archers as well. Now, you can see here you've got the bunny rabbit, and you've also got the bear in here too. Now the arches, which are what you're going to basically use to create this aperture that you can see here. Also, I love the fact that they've all got bums as well, which is brilliant. What this arches that you're using to create the aperture, the arches should be $9.99. So when you think about it, you're only paying £6.99 for the rest of the collection, which is really, really awesome. So in essence, what you're doing is you're getting one of the characters totally free of charge when you get them in this configuration. Platinum members, $14.38 or $20.38. Fantastic value for money if you were just looking to treat yourself, but just to a little something, Craig.
Absolutely. There's so much fun and there's so much scope of what you can do. But then these ones here, producer Laura's just said, and absolutely perfect time for Easter time. Now, you can see with the bunny just here, funny enough, I chose bunny first, isn't it, when it comes to the bunny rabbits. But on this one here, I even have it so it's slightly different. So you're seeing the back of the bunny, you've got the word bunny, and then if I open it up, you've got the front of the bunny just peeping in. And then if you like to do your Z fold cards, you can be doing them, elongate them, make them longer if you want, and then have a play as well with the actual stamp. So you can be actually just having them so they're coming out of maybe a pot plan, or, you know, it could be coming out of one of the other stamps that you've got. If we then bring in this one here, again, this is another style where it's the back of the bear, and you see the bear on the outside or the inside. And then we've got the bear here, so if you like to do all your stepper cards, that you can see how that looks. So the bear's just popping out too. You can then even do all your bears if you're doing it with your Aperture cards too. And then here's another bunny one. So we've used the arch one on this one here. Can't believe, obviously, with the price of the arch, and then $6.98 you said, Joe, for the rest of them. Phenomenal. You've got all these stamps as well to go with them so that you can make your sentiments. So they work in with the sentiment die to keep it very, very simple, like this one has been made, and it looks really effective. Love it.
Really, really lovely, and such a great card. So much that you can do with those, and really for a minimal investment there's going to be lots of different styles that you can create with those. We've got a lot of flower forming foam options for you on the show today, which is great. We've got 3 collections actually, no less. So let's have a look firstly at the Learn to Flower Form, and in here you've got a really nice collection because you're going to get your floral bouquet stamens, 400 of those. You're also going to get the leaves and vines, which is one of your dies. The other 2 dies you're getting are the lily and the clover. And you're also getting 2 sets of your flower forming foam. You get the foliage greens and the floral bouquet as well. You're saving over 30%. We put this together as part of the New Year New Craft collection. So that's why you've got such a tremendous deal on it. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, I do love the dyes that were in there, but I don't need all the other stuff, we've got a different collection for you. So what you get in here is you get lily, peony, clover, traditional doily and border, leaves and vines, and dainty butterflies. That is what you're getting in that one just there. That should be $71.94 in the UK, or over $100. $60 today as a platinum member, or $42.80 if you're in the UK as a platinum member as well. And the most recent launch is our winter ones. Now, I still can't get over the price of these. I think they are extraordinary. Considering you're getting 7 dyes in here, the price is amazing. So £41, which becomes £32.80 as a Club Inspire Platinum member, or $52, which becomes $41.60 as a Platinum member, which is absolutely brilliant when you consider that you're going to get 7 new dye collections there. You've been sending us in pictures, which we absolutely love. Laura has sent this one in to us, first off, of her organiser. I love the paper pad that's been used there. The colourways are absolutely lovely. Catherine's been very busy as well.
Wow.
It's like is it like something that a reptile would live in? A vivarium, I believe is what they're called. Craig, I've not seen anything like that before.
I have never seen anything like that before being made, certainly with a flower forming. That looks incredible.
It does. Catherine, you're going to have to give us some more information. It's a fish tank. She transformed a fish tank even into a terrarium, using flower forming foam. Terrarium generally are like the you know, the little sort of glass things that you get with little succulents in them. Yeah. So she's done like a massive giant one of those with flower forming foam. And you never need to water it, which is the great thing, because I am so bad at the moment at forgetting to water my plants. I've got 2 house plants at the house, Craig. One of them, like, because I had a big break over Christmas, one of them wasn't just dead, it was like crispy. There was like no moisture left in it whatsoever. And another one that was like a palm, and that I'm just nursing that one back to life still since coming back last week. So yeah, you're not going to have that problem with those ones, which is great. Molly loves that last card. Says applause to Craig for that last demonstration. Loved it. And All Chicky says just love all of the Peekaboo collection. Great deal on that today if you don't already have those Peekaboo dies that are there. Right, well, a little bit of flower forming I think is up next, Craig.
I think so. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have a play kind of like with that starter set. So a good one that if you've never tried it before, nice little bundle to get you started. And just to say as well, we have got loads and loads and loads of shows such as masterclasses or dedicated shows on our YouTube, certainly anyway. A lot of them with Sarah and that, but all of us on the team pop in with them as well. So just go into YouTube and just search them, you'll find them. So I'm just getting a couple of other bits. Now what I'm going to use with this one is the lily. I'm going to use the actual set of foam that also comes in. So this is the floral bouquet, which also comes within that kind of starter set. Now I folded this set colour here, so it's not quite white, it's more of a grey tone within this one. And I've got 4 layers, it's A4, but I've folded them up into 4 layers. Just like you would do with your cutting plate, with your paper die, you've got your cutting plate, plastic, we've got our magnetic, and then our top cutting plate as well. And if you are new to the flower forming, but you do
You love that
cutting.
Gemini Mini, don't you? Is that the Mini you've got back out now?
I
love that.
The Junior.
The Junior, sorry, yeah, because you had the big one out a minute ago. I didn't even see you swap it over, but you've gone straight back to the Mini.
Yeah, everything else going forward, I should have checked, yeah. Everything else going forward is with the Mini. So it just goes to show that it's the Mini that I use all the time.
You do, it's your favourite one. Have you seen the Pro? What do you make of that? Oh, it's behind
It's behind me.
Oh, yes, it is.
It looks phenomenal, isn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
It looks absolutely
I can't wait to see what kind of dyes we come up with and, you know, where it all goes now that you've got that. Imagine the size of the boxes that you could make.
Exactly.
We're making like hat boxes in there before long.
That's it, exactly. You know, these things that you can be doing going forward. You know, a bit like yourself, neither of us know, certainly when it comes to the Pro, what sort of dyes that are coming out in the future. All that we've seen, or even then, I don't even know if Joe's seen them all, but when I seen them during the launch, the preview, is the dyes that come with it.
Yeah, I haven't even seen those. I've only seen the machine.
Have you? So yeah, spectacular in the sizing that you can do. But of course, if you are thinking about it in the future, think of how many more or how much more die cutting you can do because of the size. But you know, there'll be more things, more shows coming up over the future with these ones. So I'm going to bring in my lily. So I've used the largest lily die and I've used the second largest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, so this is just my craft iron that I use. You can be using a home iron, you could be using a travel iron. It just so happens that I use my craft iron. I get asked this time and time again, Joe, so I will just say now if you are joining, the one that I use isn't in production anymore, so...
it's an antique.
It's kind of like an antique, yeah. But as I say, home iron, craft iron, or, you know, a travel iron will work the same.
Beads and Stones Beading Tutorials. Don't think that is their actual name, Craig. On YouTube says, Joe, can you please ask Craig how to properly use a hot glue gun? I am never able to glue anything.
Okay, well, we'll be putting stamens through this one, so we will show you.
Awesome. Also, Gilmore says as well about the butterfly die being included there. How do you make butterflies out of foam without them curling into a ball, or do they not do that?
What you would do, you wouldn't heat it then.
Sorry?
You wouldn't heat it.
You just wouldn't heat the foam?
If you are using those butterfly dies and you're using it with a foam, don't heat it. Or if you want a bit more substance to it, then just cut it into cardstock. Because remember, these flower forming dies, all of them will cut your card and paper, but also any flower dies that you've got for your card and paper will cut the foam as well. So
awesome.
You would do it that way.
Brilliant. That's always good to know, isn't it? And also play around with things. I know we hear about people doing like tissue flowers and mouldwood papers and all those interesting kind of papers. A leather paper, have you seen that, Craig?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've actually seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really, really interesting. You sort of wet it and it becomes like, I don't know, like motto. You just need to, if you can get some, grab hold of some, because I think you'd really love making flowers out of it. Yeah. It's really tough. Right. Like when you stretch it and pull it, but then when you tear it, it tears really easily. So I'd imagine it would die cut quite easily. Right. So yeah, give it a go.
Sounds like it then. You know, it sounds like it would die cut really easy and actually quite fun as well. I think that would be good. Right. I believe they had the tri-blends on the earlier show, did you?
Yes, we had the 6-packs on earlier in the earlier show on a multi-buy as well. So if you want those, do pop back to the earlier masterclass, myself and Debbie, where you'll be able to see all of those.
There we go. So you see what I've just done there, Joe? I've just taken a little bit of the Pale Fig Water Reactive. Now you could use the blending brush if you want, or if you've got the little finger daubers, you can just pop it into the middle. And then I also took the mid-tone of the Pink Violet, and I've just done a few little dots into the middle. And then I'm going to use my tweezers for this one here. So we've got these at the side. So what I'm going to do is if I pop that one on here, and then as that starts to curl, what I can then do is pop it onto here, and then I'm going to bring possibly my second largest ball tool, and I'll take the largest one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of elongate that a little bit. I'm going to hold it in the center here so I don't tear it. And then what I'm going to do is just run my fingers over the front of it. And then what happens is the combination of the heat that's already there from the heat source, as well as the heat from my thumb, is going to help just start to curl it that little bit more. And these are so much fun to make, and possibly, I would think, one of the simplest ones to make when it comes to the flower forming. So there's one of them, and then let's take this next one. So this is kind of like this next size down that I've used, and I'm popping that one on. I'm just going to hold it just for it to curl up. I'm going to pop it onto my mat. And then what I can do is then start to curl it again. So again, I'm just holding so that I don't snap the petal, and I'm going to just pull very, very lightly. And then what will happen is it just starts to shape it that little bit more. You can go that way. If you want to have the petals so they're a bit thicker, then you could start to shape it lengthways.
And also, I was going to say, remember, flower forming masterclasses, we've done so many of them. Go over to the website and you can watch back all of our Crafted TV shows that we've ever brought to you, of which there are loads and loads and loads of flower forming ones that I know you've done some, Craig. I know Sarah's done some on there as well. So always go back and have a little look at all of the previous shows and get all the inspiration that we've always shared with you. That is so, that's so awesome that everything ever is always there. So you imagine the thousands of hours of demonstrations and tutorials that are there right now over on the website.
And the thing is, Joe, it's free. You know, if you could imagine if you were going to go to a craft class for specific items or products or things that you want to know or learn, once you've watched them here live, if you do watch them live, then literally, I think it's within minutes or so, you know, I would say minutes, maybe give it a couple of hours for it to then go onto YouTube permanently, and it's there for you to watch time and time again.
The Netflix of craft, someone just said in my ear.
Oh, really? I thought you meant there. I said Netflix.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely not Netflix. It's on YouTube.
No, absolutely. What are you watching on Netflix at the moment, Craig?
What did I watch? I'm trying to think what I started.
I tried Bridgerton and I gave up after the first episode. Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't my bag.
I'm trying to think. What I put on Netflix yesterday. I can't remember now what I started to watch. How bad's that?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm watching on Netflix. It's scary though, Craig.
What's that?
It's called The Night Stalker.
Is it any good?
Oh, it's like one of the sort of crime dramas ones.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense, isn't it, George? Yeah. How many? I've only watched the first 3 episodes, George, so I'm going to watch some more tonight. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
I really need to give that a go.
It's set in LA.
Scary.
Hopefully, I'm hoping to go into LA in May, Craig. I've got the flights booked. So I thought, what better way than getting myself prepared for it than watching a really, really scary crime documentary about the whole of LA and someone that was on the rampage across LA.
There you go.
Some people research restaurants, Craig. Not me.
You go for serial killers. Yeah, oh, that'll be good. Hopefully you will get to go, Joe.
I do hope
crossed.
so.
Fingers crossed.
Good question from Dawn. Dawn says, Joe, can you ask Craig, is there a right and wrong side to the flower-forming foam? What a great question.
Not really. If you want, what I tend to do is where I've popped the detail, so the little pen marks in with the water reactive dye. How bad is this? I should be fine. I should be absolutely great. I should be.
This room is everyone that comes in here, Craig, completely vacuous of mind. The moment you walk through the door, it just seems to suck all of your sort of brain power out of your head. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it must be this room. I'm going to blame this room. But what I do is the side that I pop the little dots or the detail, anything ink-wise, so then what I do is I put that on flat onto the heat source so that obviously when it comes to your lilies, it's going to curl in the direction I want it to go. But there's not necessarily a right or wrong way to pop on. Although I've popped ink and our pen on there, if I was to pop that the other way around, so the heat source is hitting that pen, it'll be fine. It's not going to do any damage. But yeah, just have a little play, see how you think it looks best to yourself.
Brilliant.
And then what I've done is I've taken 4 strands of the stamens and I've taken just a piece of jewellery wire. This is the most ultimate finest jewellery wire, so thin that you can cut it with your scissors. And Then just fed that one through and then folded the stamens over, so we've now got 8 of them, and then I'm just twisting, and then twisting. So what's going to happen is this is going to give us kind of like a point, and now I've already done 1 of them, so I can set them to the side. So let's bring in the 2, so I've taken the largest lily as well as the next size down, and then just within the centre, using my pokey tool, I'm going to go right through that first one, and then going through the second one, which is the largest one, right through. So it starts to build upon the lily. And then what I can do is once I've got that together, I can take my stamens, and because I've got the wire to a little point, I'm going to pull that one through. And then you can decide whether you want to have the stamens really, really nestled nicely within the middle, or you can have them so that they're standing out if you want. That's up to yourself. And then what I'm going to do, you could, if you want, pop a bit of hot glue in between the 2 layers. It's not essential, but you can if you want. Then what I do is then turning it over, bringing our hot glue gun in, and then I'm going to set that nicely into the base there. And then what I'm going to do is just set that to the side for a moment or 2, just for it to dry. And then I'm going to do exactly the same over the next 2 that I've done.
Awesome. Tammy says, Joe, did anyone tell you that German for beautiful butterfly was? They did, Tammy, yes. Schöner Schmetterling. Thank you very much for that. Christy Mahoney says, Joe, come to upstate New York and do a remote from my house in May. It will be my birthday. Please. Well, if I'm going anywhere in May, Christine, I mean, I've already got the flights booked. So fingers crossed. I mean, and it's not close, is it? That's literally like someone saying, just popping from LA to New York is like popping from the UK to, I don't know, somewhere like Turkey maybe. So like it's quite a big journey. Yeah. I mean, you know.
Well, you see what I'm thinking, just this morning, Joe, I woke up and I know that the 3 years are going to be like, oh gosh. I woke up to the announcement that next year WrestleMania is going to be at the AT&T Stadium in Texas.
Right.
Then the following year it's going to be in the new SoFi Stadium in California.
The where?
It's called the SoFi Stadium. It's a brand new one. It's not open just yet because of COVID. And then it is for me. It's very exciting, Laura. Sarky. You weren't being genuine. You were being sarky. I know.
Laura's like, how exciting!
So that's as me now thinking, I might try and have a little trip across to America when these are on.
So Fire Stadium.
Yeah.
Where is it in California? Do you know?
I think it's in Maine. Like mainland California, downtown California. It's like a really massive it's in
state.
California.
It's like bigger than the UK, I think, California.
I know.
Does someone want to tell? Does someone in the comments want to let me know? I'm sure they will.
You should see pictures of it because it's nearly finished, but obviously, it looks phenomenal. It looks like no other stadium that I've ever seen.
Fire Stadium. All right, I'm going to have a look at it. I'm going to look that up, Craig, after the show.
You should do. You'll probably not, but you should. Now, could we see how we've got that shape come to the lilies? And I just snipped away. Once the glue had dried, I just snipped away that excess. And then what you could do, I'm not going to assemble this one because I know we've still got loads I want to show you. I'd used my foil press beforehand, and then, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's do it.
You're going to go for it. You're putting it together. Catherine Lee says over on YouTube, flower forming is my favourite kind of craft. I don't think you're alone there. I know a lot of people really enjoy all of their flower forming. Nell Roberts saying, love this foam. It makes the flowers look so beautiful. Gilmore says, are the 6-pack of tri-blend markers the same that are in the larger packages? They are. They are just basically, rather than being in colour families, they're kind of in project selections instead. But it is the same colours, Gilmore. Yes, indeedy. It is. Don't forget to keep sending any pictures in that you've got of these collections because we would absolutely love to see them. Is this the reefs that you've got there? Is this the same reefs we're going to look at in a minute, Craig?
It's not.
These are
the monogram foil press stamps. But you could absolutely, that's a good idea. Could use the wreath ones, create your own wreath.
Yeah, definitely bring your wreaths in.
That would look really quite smart actually. Do a bit of stamping and inking using those wreaths to incorporate them. But this is just something that I'd already done lately. And then what we could just do is if I bring in my lilies, I'm going to pop that in to here, and then I can set that one. Usually what I would probably do is 3, Joe, and have the power of 3. So I can set that one in at the side. Actually, I'll tell you what we could do. Let's pop it to the opposite corner. So let's pop another bit of hot glue into there, and then I'm going to pop that one down to the base.
So any tips on using that hot glue gun, Craig? Because I know we've got it on the show today, the hot glue gun. We've got the glue sticks available as well for you. But I know someone in the comments earlier was saying about having a bit of an issue with hot glue guns in general. Beads and stones and beading tutorials on YouTube.
Right. Not really. I would make sure that it is fully heated when you switch it on. So if you've only done it for a minute or two and then you find it quite hard to press the glue, it's not obviously complete, it's not melted completely, so you just need to give it that little bit longer. What I would say is when you are coming to the next piece of your hot glue stick, then what I would tend to do is take in your refill and I would pop just a little bit of the hot glue on the end.
Yeah.
And then I would just feed that onto the back. And then what that'll just do is, glue's coming out the end here, that'll stop it. You know when you get that little gap in between there? Sometimes if you feed that in, it just falls out because it's not been fed into enough. So I would just do that one, and then that now, when that continues to travel all the way down, you're not going to have to worry about popping another glue stick in or it falling out because it's not actually gone into the chamber. It's just going to continuously feed its way through. Other than that, no, there's not really much tips that I would tend to say with the hot glue gun.
Let me know if that helps. Beads and stones and beading tutorials on YouTube.
Here we go. And then bringing that in just for you to see. Now again, you could maybe pop another couple in at each side here, but it's up to you. But it kind of gives you the idea how you can, even if it's going to be a gift, it could be the top of a box, it could be someone's initial like I've done here. Just a nice little flower to decorate it. And what it does is it not only does it save you going out and buying the paper flowers that are out there, but you know, when you give someone the card or the project, not only can you say you've made the card, but when they go, oh gosh, I love those flowers, you can say, actually, I made them too.
Absolutely, and we've got a really awesome kit for you if you want to get into flower forming as part of your New Year New Craft, which is, it's a great starter bundle. You might want to go for some tools as well, but you've got your foliage greens in your flower forming foam. You've also got here your floral bouquet. Then you've got your dyes as well. So in the dyes, you've got this one just here, which is your lily. You've got your clover in there, and you've got the leaves and vines, and we're also going to give you some of those awesome stamens as well. So really lovely little bundle that you've got there, all done together. £35 for you if you're if you're in the UK. For $54 the price on that one. If you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, £28 is what you're going to be looking at, which is incredible value for money. It really, really is. I'm just going to grab the Reef collection for you because this is awesome. There's a really big collection this, and there's a lot you're going to be able to do with it. I love the fact that you're going to be able to theme it for more wintry or more summery. It's something that will take you all the way through the year. So what it's all centered around basically are these reefs that you'll see just here. Now, these are the dyes that are going to cut your reef. And you've got simple reef, you've got the full bloom, the primitive, and you've got the rustic as well. And then what we're going to do is give you these stamps and dies, which are going to enable you to then start to really embellish these up as well. This one's buds and blooms. Then you're going to get here the nature's confetti. So that is your reef element. Then what we've got are your banners and your sentiments in here, and these are your stamps and dies that are going to allow you to do that, which is awesome. So you've got that 6-piece set there. You've also got a festive set that comes in there as well. You can of course take these away from your reefs if you want to. There's nothing to stop you doing that. You've also got some seasonal dies there, which die cut some seasonal sentiments for you as well, and then you've got some stamps in there too. So that is what you're getting included. It's a big kit, this one. Let me just show you the sort of thing you're going to be able to make, though. You've got a great saving on this one, which I think is awesome. But what you can see is, I love just how refined these are. So you can see here how you're getting something really super cute and awesome. Play around with the colours. Start to think about playing around maybe with vellums as well in there. How about cutting these flowers from things like tissues and mulberry papers, as we were talking about earlier? They're great for those simple, refined, paired back cards that we seem to be seeing a lot of in card shops now as well at the moment. And also a great way to bring in lots of your other pattern papers that you might have. I think they're just pretty. They're very, very dainty. They're quite summery, but it's definitely, depending on the colour schemes you're using, you're going to be able to have something that will take you all the way through the year, which is completely awesome. £69 if you are in the UK. That becomes $55.20 as a platinum member. If you're in the US, $86.50 becomes $69.20 if you are in the US. These are very, very pretty, these ones, Craig, aren't they? And very sort of quite minimal, but I'd imagine, even though they're minimal, if you wanted to, you could really layer up those stamp and die elements and make something a bit fuller.
Of course you can. You can go over them time and time again if you want to. If you want to use the one colour but re-stamp it, if you're using such as our large 8x8 stamping platform with the discs. But don't just think of it being for Christmas time, winter time. You can be doing them for all year round. You can then start to bring in other collections that you've got. Now, if you've got our past nature garden, our fairies collection, fairy garden collection, that would work really well with these ones, creating your wreaths. But you can see how bright and summery and spring-like that you can make them. And you don't need to do much at all because you can just add a wreath with a few bits of flowers and then pattern paper, and then that's all. But you can see sending love here. Using your quick dry is going to be best for these ones because it is exactly that, really quick. But if you want to use your pigment ink pads, then you can use your embossing powders on top, or even just use your watermark ink pad and use your embossing powders. But you can see how we've gone for summer, gone for spring, is also autumn time. But you can see in here, so that could be any time of the year with the roses there, a Christmas one, which is obviously when we would think of the wreaths, popping them on top of an embossed image from your embossing folders. Winter one with the ice and the snow. See how well it looks just with a bit of blue or silver, but then it can look completely different. I really, really love that one. Adored that one because it's so autumnal. Autumnal.
Autumnal, yeah.
Yeah.
As in the autumn.
That's exactly it.
I don't know why I felt the need to translate there for you, Craig.
Who
But,
would have
I'm always
thought-
here just to translate if you need me.
Who would have thought that would have meant autumn? Not me. Not me. But what I want to do, Joe, the reason I've still got my hot glue gun here, this will literally take seconds. Another tip that you can do, just quickly, is you can do this onto your glass mat. I'm going to do it onto my non-stick mat just so I can move it out the way. If I pop my hot glue into the middle, and I can remove that away. See how we've got a nice little hot glue disc. Use your glitter over the top. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that out the side to let it cool. We'll come back to it later on, and then you'll have made your own glitter jazzy. So you can then...
jazzy?
Jazzy, yeah.
Wow.
You can do your own wee jazzy. So as I say, you can do it onto your glass mat. So as you can see, this bit here, I've got a bit of glue. That just peels off with my pokey tool. But the reason I use my craft mat is so I can move it out the way and let it cool. So there you go. So yeah, you can make your own little embellishments with your glitters.
Wonderful. How very jazzy.
How very jazzy, absolutely. I'm now thinking of white chocolate jazzies now that I've made that.
Sorry, chocolate jazzies?
White chocolate jazzies.
Oh, are they those ones with like hundreds and thousands, the little
That's
sort of
it.
pen? Right.
That's it. That's exactly them. Always the best part of the pick and mix, Laura. Completely agree with you. Love them. Anyway,
I miss going to the cinema and having pick and
I
mix. It just
do.
dawned on me then.
I do.
I want to go to the cinema and I want to have pick and mix, but I also want to have a hot dog. I want to have a hot dog first, eat that during the trailers, and then go back and get the pick and mix afterwards.
But do you know what got me thinking of the pick and mix is our good friend, certainly your friend, Dan Bancroft. He posted a picture on his Insta story last night. He had this pick and mix box of sweets. So I need to message him and say, where did he get that? I want to know where he got that. Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you get them delivered apparently.
Okay, I'll need to look into that one then. Need to look into that one. Right in the mood for pick and mix now. Oh, if I take the
Strawberry laces.
Strawberry laces.
I like, what are they called? Are they called blackberries and raspberries? They're like the knobbly ones.
Oh, yeah.
You know those ones? They're my favourites.
I like that.
Oh, they're good in a pick and mix. What is your favourite bit of a pick and mix? Let me know. Laura likes a strawberry pencil. Can't say I've ever heard of that one.
Oh, yes, you have.
Oh, is it like strawberry licorice with a white bit in the middle?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. See, I'd just call that strawberry licorice, I think.
I like fizzy cola bottles, but they have to be fizzy. You know, when it looks as though they're fizzy and then you eat them and there's like this tiny, tiny little tang and that's it. It's like, well, that's not really fizzy. And I like the white chocolate mices, but you know you get that it's kind of like a pinky purpley colour and they're actually a strawberry taste.
Oh, white chocolate and strawberry, yeah.
Yeah.
We're bringing back Woolworths. Someone said apparently Woolworths was coming back, you know.
Someone said that to me as well.
I heard that Woolworths was coming back to the high street. But Woolworths was basically like, if you're not not from the UK, Woolworths is also one of the biggest supermarket brands in Australia, which always, I'm like, let's go to Woolworths. I'm like, yeah, oh no, it's a supermarket. But as a kid, you'd go to Woolworths, Craig, wouldn't you? And they sold everything. You'd buy CD singles. It was always where you go and get your CD singles and your albums.
Well, mine was the cassette disc.
Yeah.
And the cassette disc.
They would do like stationery as well, so you could buy like pens and like journals and stuff. Did they sell frying pans? I don't remember them selling frying pans. Some electrical bits, some small electrical bits. They were like a very, very small department store that was on every high street, which was awesome. Kind of like a Wilkinson's, but like so much better. And they had pick and mix. They were the only place that did like big pick and mix that wasn't the cinema.
But you say about
the
them coming
good old
back.
days.
Never thought Safeway would come back, and they're coming back. So.
But yeah, they're coming back. So apparently...
There's I can't remember where the store is. There's a Safeway store, or at least a couple, and the Safeway lorries are out on the road.
Safeway's coming back. They're making a comeback. We used to do a Safeways. When I was growing up on Canvey Island, which sounds glamorous, but it's not. It's just an island in the Thames estuary. We had a Summerfield. Anyone remember Summerfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Summerfield was the only, it was right in the town centre in this awful little shopping arcade, and it was the only supermarket, Craig. It was tiny now, probably like a big Tesco's Extra, you know, like the little one, no, like a big Tesco Express.
Yeah.
And then a big supermarket opened up on the edge of town, and it was a Safeways, Craig, and it was literally like, and then a McDonald's came, honestly. The nearest McDonald's before the McDonald's opened on Canvey Island, and bearing in mind like 40,000 people live there, was like 45 minutes away. Right. I don't know how we did. I don't know how we put up with it as a kid.
I don't know. Keep expecting Wimpy to come back sometimes.
Wimpy's never gone.
Eh?
It's never gone.
Wimpy's never
gone anywhere. Look, when next time you go down to Create and Craft, get yourself down the high street. There's a Wimpy's in Peterborough on the high street.
No, there's not.
100%. Go down there, get yourself a bender in a bun. You'll thank yourself later.
You're winding me up.
I'm not winding you up, honestly. There is a Wimpy there. There's also one where I used to live in Leon C that's still open as well.
I'm at Create and Craft next weekend, so I know where I'm
going.
going.
There you go. It is opposite the Bull Hotel.
Right, okay. Right.
Just so you know.
I'll need to go and have a look then.
What do you miss from back in the day? Let me know. You know, old sort of shops, you know, things, nostalgic things that take you back. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you are missing. Well. Kay's Clothing. Yeah. McKay's. Were you? Does anyone remember B-Wise? They were like a clothing store on the high street. That was kind of like a Primark before its time. Yeah.
No, I don't remember them.
Or was it Buy Right was another one? Yeah, there's so many of them that have gone now.
Remember CNA?
CNA, love a CNA. And also, you know, across CNA went bust in the UK. However, when you go to Sweden, Scandinavia, and Spain, CNA is still around.
The other one as well. Do you remember Index? It was a copy of Argos.
Yes, I do remember Index. That was a copy of Argos. Indeedy. Yeah. What was the other one that was like a catalogue store like that? There was a third one as well.
Was there? There's Littlewoods, but that's still going.
Littlewoods, but do they actually have? Don't they have actual shops? Do they?
No, I don't think they do. No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's no...
what is Pick and Mix in the USA? Pick and Mix is basically... surely you must have it at the cinema as well. It's probably called something different. But it's basically like all the sweets, and you get like the little shovels, and you put it in the bag yourself with a little scoop, and you go round. Everything's loose in the little flappy boxes, and you put it in the bag. Terrible now. And actually, post-COVID, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a thing of the... If it's a thing of the past. Apparently, Wilkinson's has Pick and Mix, and that's still open. Maybe that says a lot about Wilkinson's. Yeah. Who knows? George really wants Pick and Mix now. Can someone go out and get Pick and Mix? Is anyone free to go out and grab some Pick and Mix? Where's the nearest Pick and Mix? It's a Sunday, 5:10. I'm not sure if it's the same for you guys in the US. Nothing happens in the UK after 4 p.m. on a Sunday.
Unless you're in Scotland.
Unless you're... What is...
All the shops and that stay open as normal in Scotland later on.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
The supermarkets?
There's no closing time. Nope. That's what I've still taken bad sometimes now, that round about from 4 o'clock onwards, everything closes. Whereas back in Scotland, it's just a normal day. No change. Yeah, okay. You can't buy alcohol, but it's just a normal day.
You can't buy alcohol after 4?
No. After 10 o'clock, just like it's normal.
Everywhere?
Everywhere, yeah.
Oh, every day?
After 10 o'clock at night,
you can't buy alcohol.
Everywhere. Between 10 and 8 a.m. Anywhere supermarkets.
Well, hang on a minute. We need to have a word because the Scots notably love a drink. And maybe this has got something to do with it.
And also, I'm going to ignore that, Laura. Also, if you go into a Scottish store, any Scottish store that sell alcohol, you will only find the alcohol in a designated area. Like here, you know, you could be at the end of the fruit and veg aisle in a shop might have a stand of alcohol.
Yeah.
You're not allowed that in Scotland. They have to be in a designated area, and that's it. Yeah, you can't have it anywhere.
Well, it's so funny that no supermarket or shop sells in Australia, because I wonder, I bet the lovely Sarah Brown's still up watching this show. In Australia, first time I ever went, Craig, I was staying on my own in Sydney, so I was meeting up with some friends just arrived, and I thought I'll go and get some beers, take to the apartment before everyone comes over in the evening. I went into every single newsagent, every supermarket, nowhere sold any alcohol whatsoever. You can only buy alcohol in Australia from bottle shops, which basically are in effect like, you know, old-fashioned off-licences that we used to have.
Yeah.
They're the only place you can buy booze.
Right.
Yeah, and in Sweden you can only buy booze between like 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. and not on a Sunday, and you can only buy it from like it's sold by the government basically. It's a brand of store that's owned by the government. The only place that sells booze. System Bolaget it's called. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Not much that I don't know about booze. That says a lot about me, this really, doesn't it? Lion's Corner Cafes is what Sally Bond used to remember. I've heard about these, but I obviously don't remember. I think there were two before my time. Dylan's Candy Shop. June says she loves Woolworths and Newbury's. Debbie says we used to have a regional department store called Jacobson's. My mum and I went there every Saturday and I loved it. Liz misses C&A as well. So yeah, lots of you sharing your nostalgic memories over on Facebook. This is looking gorgeous, Craig.
So I was actually going to go with more of a summer tone look, but I thought, you know what, for some reason I'm feeling very festive. It must be all the sweet talk. So I've taken some elements, for the actual wreath, I used the Nature's Confetti, the wreath element, sorry. And you've got the dies as well as the stamps to go with them. So if you want to use them individually, you can, but they're going to work together. For the actual wreath, I used the full bloom, but remember, or you might not actually have realised, that you get the die as well as the stamp. So if you want to cut it out, you can do, but I've just stamped it onto my piece of cardstock. And then these little embellishments, this is where, if I go back to it again, this is where I've used the Nature's Confetti. And then for the sentiment, you've got sentiments that are throughout this full collection as well. I've just gone for the stamps that says Winter Wishes. However, you do get the die to go with it. So this is only 3 components that I'm using, this one being called the festive phrase. So it's just the 3 that I'm using. You've got so much more that you can be using for all year round, you know, and then you can take the sentiments, use them with other projects if you want. They are a good sizable sentiments to be using elsewhere, not necessarily just on your wreath projects. But I can then bring in these little bits. Let's bring in my tacky glue again for this one. Tell you what, let's even pop a little pad for our holly. I'm going to just chop this little pad down with my scissors, and then we'll just layer it up, Joe. Just here. See, here we go. So if I pop this one in, and then if I pop that one there, let's just pop the one pad just so it's done quicker. We can... Oh, I heard that, Laura. Oh, pick and mix on a Sunday. Nice. Sounds good. Although I should probably save myself for my tea when I get in.
What are you having for your tea?
I've
been so bad this week, Craig.
Shepherd's pie I made.
Shepherd's pie?
Yep. And mashed tatties on the top.
Tatties?
Yep. And sprinkles.
You might want to explain what they are, because that might sound rude to some of our US viewers.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Mashed potatoes. And I sprinkled some cheese on, so then when it cooks. Yeah, I think cottage pie's meant to, I put it on the shepherd's pie as well. Just why not?
Oh, you do. You do you, hun. That's what I say.
You do say that, don't you?
Yeah,
you do say that a lot.
If you want to put cheese on your cottage pie or on your shepherd's pie, there is no rules against that. Definitely, I would never put cheese on a fish pie, though.
Well, would you not? Oh, I would.
No, you're not meant to have cheese and fish together in my head. And especially not in Italian cooking, you'd never have fish and cheese together.
I'm sure.
Like if you went in Italy, if you asked for a, let's say you had like, I don't know, spaghetti with seafood on holiday in Italy, and you asked them for Parmesan cheese on it, I think they'd lose their minds.
Do you think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am so sure I've watched Rick Stein and he's put cheese on his fish. Sure, positive.
There is anchovies in a chicken in Caesar salad, but I guess it's just in the dressing, isn't it? Anchovies aren't real fish. Doesn't count.
That's like when people say to me, white chocolate isn't chocolate.
Well, it's not.
Well, I know it's... I walked into that one, didn't I? Totally walked into that one. Now you can see here, I've kept it very wintry or even autumn tones with this one, using a bit of the black as well as the craft card. Using my quick dry for these. You could use your water reactive or your pigment if you want, but these are when your quick dry ink pads are going to work perfectly. Building that wreath, I've used the wreath on the backdrop straight onto the cardstock. However, you can die cut it out if you want. Use the winter sentiments and then also popped a couple of the floral holly, as I used on that one just here. I have no idea what is going on with my words today, but yeah, I am going to blame this room, as Joe said.
Really, really busy now on that Reef. Lots of you with it in your basket. Great deal on that. Really nice discount. Let me share with you again everything that you're getting there in that Reef collection. There is absolutely loads. So you're going to get the rustic, the full bloom, the primitive, and the simple Reefs. You're getting the seasonal sentiments in there as well as the festive sentiments. And then you're getting your stamps and dies, which are buds and blooms, nature's confetti, festive phrases, everyday phrases, and then those just because stamps as well. A brilliant, brilliant collection, that one. Loads more still to come. Where has the last hour and 20 minutes gone? I mean, boom, it is flown past. These are the decorative outlines. Check out the saving on this. You are saving more than you're spending. That is before your Club Inspired discount is even removed from there as well. Also still very busy as well on the Ultimate Organiser. You're loving that at the moment. Really, really great deal on there. £73 or $92. And remember, we've got that Peekaboo collection, like a little Try Me kit on the Peekaboo, which I think is really awesome for this time of year. So definitely grab that one if you want to grab it. Right, we're going to go back through the beautiful butterflies because this is a really awesome collection from the Nature's Garden beautiful butterflies that you've got here. Let me take you through what you're going to get. So you're going to get these rose stamps and dies, which you've got just here. Now, these are awesome. Because you can see here exactly, you're going to see sort of a layering stamp that then has a die that cuts it out. In exactly the same vein, you've then got the butterflies that do the same thing as well. So you can see that's the awesome butterflies that are created with that. We've got stamps in here as well. You've got some of these just say, and these are your sentiment stamps, which work beautifully with this. You've then got this one, which is your intricate trellis. Now this is awesome because not just the outside die that's removable, the inside and outside dies are interchangeable, so it gives you the most amount of options. You've got a slightly bigger one here as well. You've got that intricate lace frame, and then you've got this one here, which is the intricate floral border. This one is a tessellating die here, so you can see how this has been stretched, and you really can't see where one part of the die ends and the next part of the die begins. It's a very, very clever design. You're saving $42.94 or $69.82, and that is before you even take off your Club Inspired discount as well, which is awesome. Yeah, $21.60 or $36.80 as a Club Inspired Platinum member, which is absolutely fantastic. Craig, a beautiful, beautiful collection, this one, isn't it?
It really, really is. So nice of different of the colours that run through it, because it can be very spring-like when it comes to this collection here. But don't be afraid to add a bit of depth to them if you want to use any of your browns or greys. Oh, is it me, is it? Oh, what am I doing? Sorry.
Are you not ready?
Oh,
you were taking us through samples of the beautiful butterflies.
Oh, right. Samples.
Don't worry, I'll do a little bit of social media whilst you catch up there, Craig. That's funny. Shannon, because I stopped doing what I was doing and just started listening to Craig, he was like, oh, is this us? Is this me now? Yeah. Shannon says, I miss our grocery store called Biggs. Nice store, grocery and clothing. Our neighbour went once with us and had to try out the pick your own candy by the pound. So that's what it is. Pick your own candy by the pound is pick and mix,
That's
basically.
a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Pick your own candy by the pound. Do you know pick and mix is extortionate though, isn't it? I don't know if it's the same from like high street shops that you go to. When you go to the cinema, oh my God. Who, is it just me that ends up with like £9 worth when you go to the cinema?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's about the average. It always seems to be between £7 and £9.
Yeah.
Yes, there's some pick and mix shops in the Metro Centre apparently. dedicated pick and mix shops.
You're winding me up.
Well, you'd never. Well, the thing is, they might be there, Craig. You'd never be able to find them because, honestly, if you've ever been to the Metro Centre in Newcastle, I don't know who designed it, but they weren't thinking about who was having to go there. In Denmark, Western Australia, I got takeaway beer from a drinks drive-through. Now, Linda with a Y. I couldn't believe it. I went to country Australia, so I went to a place called. It wasn't called Hepburn Springs, but it was near there. What was it called? Dalesford. It's just outside of Melbourne, and they have drive-through bottle shops. So you drive through the off-licence. You drive in. They have like a wall of fridges. You drive. It looks like a petrol garage, but then like on the side, they just have all these walls of fridges, and you just get your beer out, and they load it up and put it in your boot for you, and off you go. It's really quite cool, actually. I mean. Because I thought to myself initially when I saw it, surely does that promote drink driving? But it doesn't really, because you drive to the supermarket and you buy some beers and you drive them home again. So I guess it's no different really, is it? I don't know. I'm not a legislator in Australia. I don't know if you guessed that. Teresa says that everything is open in the US. Here in New York, we don't sell alcohol in the supermarket. Oh, there you are. So same as in Australia, you have to go to like an actual liquor store to get it. Nell Roberts says, Craig, how do you keep those little glue jars from clogging up at the Nib Neck Area? I think he means the precision applicators, Craig.
All that I do is I just make sure I put my pin right in. Put the pin right in, and there's no reason for it to clog because there's nowhere for the air to get to because the pin is the perfect size. So I would, just make sure that your pin, I pop it right in as far as it can go, and I've never had any issue.
Wonderful. Right, should we have a look at those beautiful butterflies? How are you getting on over there?
Rightio, I've got everything ready, and I've got a few samples here that we can be showing you as well. So you've got these ones here, and some of you might already have the original background papers that came with them, but what you can then do is bring in any of your other papers from maybe things like your Peacock collection, which actually we've got tomorrow on Craft Vault, as well as Wake Up Call with Craig. Don't forget, Wake Up Call with Craig is back tomorrow at 9 AM, just a little cheeky plug there. You can see here, you've got those layering rows as well as the leaves. You've got the border die as well. Layering them all up. Do your fancy edges, do your tuck-ins if you want to. You've got the little filigree frame. Don't forget, you've got the large frame as well. Good for, I was the right way, wasn't it? I was. Good for your flower forming if you want to incorporate them. You can make such standout pieces of art, really, with some of these ones as well. Whether you're going to box frame them, you can be doing them too. Don't think as though you have to use your pattern papers. You could use your core colours if you want. Just a few things, just a couple, because I really like showing this one, because this is a very simple one using just one of our nesting dies, and you can see how that looks. So what we can do is, I've got one that does have a lot of die cutting, but I've got each layer already pre-cut, but we'll just quickly show you as well. If we look, George, just back at this glue dot, this hot glue dot. So if I just take these ones, I'm going to take away the bit of glitter. If I go around the way, you can see we've now got our little glittery jazzy that you can see there. If you are in the market or you want one of these ones, do check out Craft Vault later on, where myself and Joe have them on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our large die for this one here. We're going to take the intricate lace die for this one. Now this is what we're going to do is we're going to do or make kind of something. It's not that it's tricking your eye, but it's just focusing your eye in another direction. And that just means that what we need to do is die cut this one 3 times. I'm going to die cut it once, and then I'll show you the other ones that I've already cut. Because there's a lot of detail when it comes to this die, I am going to incorporate my metal shim. Now, being completely honest with you, the chances are this will cut no problem whatsoever without the metal shim, but I do just like to make sure that we've got enough pressure to get all that fine detail cut. This one is then going to run all the way through. So as I say, I've already pre-cut this in a few other colours that I'll show you. Let's assemble the base. Now I've taken, this is just from my own stash, this is a pink gingham cardstock that I've got here, and I've got a few layers already good to go. And then what I've also done is, I believe, I want to say this is from our 8x8 pop-up box pad.
Oh yeah, it was
Was
on
it?
our masterclass today. Yes, indeed, because we had the pop-up box masterclass. So yeah, that 8x8 pad is available there as well. Just pop yourself back to the earlier show, and you'll be able to grab it.
Oh, well, that was good. And I genuinely did not know that when I was using that one. So that's good to know. Now, I've taken some of our vellum. This has come from Sarah's Garden of Love. And what I've done is I've just popped some adhesive in the middle, because the middle, I'm going to cover that. And it's just going to add that bit more subtleness when it comes to that gingham cardstock. I'm going to press that one into place. So let's move that in. That card blank was a A5 card blank, so A4 folded in half. And then what we can do is if I take these ones here, if I then peel these ones off, and what I'm going to do is if I use my tool, we're going to bring this one in, and then we're just going to take out all these little bits.
Now, don't forget we're going to be voting for the demo of the week at the end, towards the end of the show as well. Sandra says, Pick and Bix, Lindt Chocolates, Dalton Park, Metro Centre is easy. Park in the red side, go inside and head upstairs. There you go. So she's told us basically, Craig, we need to get our act together.
We do.
Carol Coe wants to know how... what's going to happen on the Wake Up show tomorrow? Wake Up Call with Craig.
Rightio. Well, I managed to twist Leanne's arm to come back on. Not that it took much twisting. She's going to do a bit of a mini glue school for you. So if you have any issues with your glue or knowing when you need to use a wet glue or a dry glue, she's going to be popping on to go over that with you in a little bit of detail. And then what we've also got is we have got the lovely, lovely Kelly. Now wait until you see her. Kelly is like teeny, she could just fit in your pocket. She's so teeny, 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 tiny. She's so teeny and tiny, but she's so lovely. We don't want to get on the wrong side of her, trust me. But what she does is she actually, beyond more stuff than what I'm away to say, she organises all our schedules.
Is she coming on your show tomorrow?
She's on tomorrow. So Kelly organises all of our shows, our schedules, even if we're needing products to prep with. She does so much more than that, so we'll have a good chat with her. But what she also likes to do in her spare time is she does these most phenomenal cross-stitching designs. They are so cool. I did not know, and I didn't learn
I didn't know about this
Friday
at all.
that she done that. And then when she said that, I was like, right, you're coming on Friday. I wanted, or Monday. I wanted her on that much that what we done is we jiggled a few things about so that we could get her on Monday instead of later on in the week. So that's a good one. And then what else have we got coming up? I'm not going to say product-wise because I'm going to keep that bit of a suspense, but we're going to be showing something that's coming up on Craft Vault. We're going to be going over Sarah's brand new signature collection. And then we'll be going over something that's coming up in Masterclass as well. So that's going to be UK time, 9 a.m. here in the UK.
1 a.m. West Coast time, Pacific time. So if you've just getting in from the pub, you know what to do.
Yeah.
I think it's only like 10 p.m. if you're in Hawaii.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 10 p.m. if you're in Hawaii. 8 p.m. if you are in Australia, but the next day.
The next day. Yeah, yes.
Which blows my mind.
Sarah's always up watching.
Absolutely blows my mind.
Always up watching.
Because you know that you can fly from, let me get this right. You can fly from either from the US to Australia or from Australia to the US and you arrive before you leave.
That is mental.
How crazy is that?
That is absolutely mental.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Like time travel. And the same when Concorde was flying, you basically arrived in New York before you left London.
Really?
Yeah. I think maybe if you left London at midday, you would arrive in New York at 11:30 in the morning.
That's scary when you think of stuff like that,
It is, isn't it? And it's
So
the
scary.
date line is the bit that when you cross over the date line and you go from one day into the next day.
Yeah.
I cannot profess to understand how it all works.
No, I couldn't.
But yeah, it's very
Couldn't
strange.
even imagine how that works. And actually, it hurts my brain, even if I try and think about it. What I've done here is I've taken, obviously, this die bit here that I've cut. So
I love your segues there from, and it hurts my brain. And what I've done here. I love it, Craig. I do.
I didn't know how to get out of that bit, so I thought, do you know what? I'm just
gonna carry on regardless. Keep calm and craft on.
I've already cut 3 of these layers. I've done one in the pink, our white, as well as our black. Now usually you'll see me do an offset shadow usually it's towards the bottom right hand side. What I've done this time is I've actually lifted it up. So your shadow is actually coming along the bottom. So I've done that 3 times. So we've got the black, we've got the white, and then we've got the pink as well. So instead of pulling it down to the bottom right, what I've just done is I've pulled the cardstock down slightly so we can start to get that effect, and then obviously you can see how it looks at the top. So if I bring this one in, and for quickness and speed, I've done it on my Xyron, but you can use your sprays or your dotty tape runner. This one can then just go into the middle. If you want to add a little bit more adhesive at this point, you can do, because you're not going to see underneath. So let's just do a little bit there and then there. I would pop more, but let's just do that for now. Then what we can do is let's bring in our plate again, and then this time let's do pink again, and then I'm going to use, what one I'm going to use, this one, Intricate Trellis with this one. This is where you're getting 3 dyes, Joe, because you're getting the layer, you're getting the detail, and then you're also getting this little panel on the top, so you could then stamp your sentiment if you want to. It looks quite smart.
And really, the inside and the outside edge being removable just goes to show, doesn't it, when we talk about things being designed by crafters for crafters, Craig.
Absolutely.
But, you know, a lot of companies may just have designed that as one die that cuts out a piece and then adds some detail. But with us, you can cut the detail in, you can cut the detail out, you can cut the middle panel out. It just gives you so many different options. And that's when it comes down to using just one die. And I think that's why you get such great value out of these kind of collections. That is when those collections are at full price. £69.94 is what you should be paying. You're saving in the UK £42.94, which is unbelievable, really. But you're saving even more than that, because we're going to take an extra, we're going to go down to £21.60 in the UK. It should be $115.82 in the US. It's $36.80 today. So it's a cartload collection. It was very, very busy when we had it on earlier in the week. So definitely grab it now whilst it's on Second Chance Sunday. And these kind of deals, a deal like this that's been on cartload, Craig, we'd normally see it on cartload and then it would be gone forever into the abyss, not to be created again or recreated. That's what's so great about Second Chance Sunday, because we can have it now back as well. A third of the stock of what we had available just for this show is already sold out and gone, I'm hearing now.
It's a great time to actually get it before it goes. You know, as you say, we're so lucky to actually be able to still have a little bit left to show you and bring to you. So if you are looking at it or keen to get it, then certainly now is the time. And then you can see just here, what I've done is I've taken that full die, apart from the centre bit, and I have die cut that one out. And then what I'm going to do is I've brought in, you can see I've already done one beforehand, and I've popped it onto the Xyron to make things quicker. So if I take this outline layer, so just this die on its own, this is then going to create that back panel, which I think, Joe, is really elegant to use on its own. Maybe if you've got a larger stamp that you could stamp into the middle, obviously if it's on white cardstock, but it gives you that backdrop. It gives me also that look, you know, like the frame within Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you know, that outline kind of frame. Gives it that sort of look within that one here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to bring this one on, and I'm going to pop this one right over the top. So we've got that black backdrop.
That's lovely.
And then I'm going to peel this one off. Once again, I've done it in white and just done the white backdrop. And like I done with this one, what I'm going to do is, so if I pop it kind of right over the top, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up slightly, so we are getting the white drop at the bottom here.
Okay.
So you're getting that white shadow. So it's a different take as to if you, instead of having the white shadow on the bottom right hand side. And then what I can do is I've popped this on pads already. I'm going to set that within the middle there. And then I've brought these ones in. So this is now the center part of the die. And then we can bring these ones in. So once again, let's pop that one onto the black. So you can have it so that it's bang over the top. And I'm just going to pull the pink up slightly. And then we can do it once more, bringing in our white. So pop it bang over the top and then lift it up so we get that drop shadow at the bottom. And I've taken my pad. What we can do is let's do it the way it should be. Pop that one on.
This
and
is a gorgeous card, Craig.
Just a
so
bit of a
many
different
wonderful
style.
layers on it.
Yeah, bit of a different style to actually get creative with, and it goes to show, although a number of the time we'll do 2 layers of cardstock, why not use 3 layers? You know, it can look really, really fancy, as well as it makes it more special, I like to think, as well, if you're making it for someone special.
I've just got that song in my head now.
What one's that?
Special, so special.
I'm not sure what that one is.
Give it to me, that one. Who's it by? Bath and Poppet. Brass in Pocket. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening on the studio floor. I have no idea what's happening in the gallery. It's Sunday night. I've lost my mind, Craig.
I was ready to say roll on 8 o'clock, but I have a cheek of saying that. You know, I only started at 4 o'clock.
It is Brass in Pocket, apparently, by the Pretenders. There we go. She says, I've got brass in pocket. No idea what that means. Sorry, Craig.
I've probably heard of the song, but I can't think of what it is exactly. That's
So
not
Craig
what I was
doesn't.
saying.
He didn't get it from my rendition and didn't get it from Laura's rendition, I'm afraid.
I think you're a lovely
There's no
singer,
hope.
Laura.
Tammy says, the magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? The hottie
Great.
Scotty, Craig. There you are.
Oh gosh, you guys, you like.
It is, yes, the Pretenders, apparently. So there you go. I'm glad now we're all on the same page. That butterfly looks great.
It's nice,
and I guess
isn't
you
it?
could have heat embossed that in any colour you wanted to.
You could heat emboss it any colour that you like. You can use any of your colour mediums. I stamped and cut this onto our watercolour cardstock. Then I stamped it with our Flagstone waterproof die. And then when I was at home this afternoon, what I done is I coloured it in. This is just with our aqua pens. And I used our purple and our magenta for this one here, and just our water brush, and coloured that one in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one in, I'm going to pop it into the middle. Let's bring in our tape runner for this one. Let's pop that one into place. So I'm going to pop that one here, and then, no I'm not, I'm going to pop that one here to create a shadow, black shadow of the butterfly. And then what we can do is pop this one on. And then what I've already done as well, using one of the little sentiments that also comes within the collection. So if I just pull these wings up, what I've done is I've stamped onto just a little banner from me to you. And then what I can do, let's bring in pads. So I'm wanting it there and there, so I'll pop my pad at each side, simply because we've got the base of the frame that I don't want it to interfere with. I'll take these ones off. Let's pop that one there. If you wanted to add a few gems in each corner and then use the gems to hide the glue in the corner, you can. But there we go, a real statement piece when it comes to a card. I would be inclined to make a box that you could colour match when it comes to the lid. But there we go, for someone really special. And I just love the layers, the 3 layers that I've gone for. Really, 6 layers in total. 3 from the outside frame and 3 from the mid frame as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A really classy card, that one, Craig. Remember what you're getting in here. So you're getting those rows in the stamp and die, sort of the layering stamps that you've got here. We're also going to give you the butterfly included, which you've just seen Craig using. It's going to create that kind of element for you. Don't forget, you've then got all of those gorgeous sentiments in there, which are brilliant. You've got that frame that you saw Craig use. You've also got the larger frame, and you've also got that border die as well. So a really awesome collection, a fantastic saving. I mean, Club Inspire Platinum members, you're saving near on double what you're spending there. So it really is a fantastic deal. Do not miss out on that one. Right, demo of the week time. It is time to vote. Now, Laura assures me she knows whose is whose out of this merry lot, so we'll find out. Now, I'm going to give you the names of them as we go through, and then you can vote for your favourite. You might want to write them down, Laura, as we go. You got them written down, awesome. So, if you want to go for this one, You need to vote Ladybird.
Yes.
Vote Ladybird. That is the Ladybird from Cartload that Craig created this week. Oh, I don't want to understand. Oh, was it meant to be was it meant to be a...
Oh, it's fallen
Is it not
off.
finished?
Yeah, there was a die-cut sentiment saying smile. It's fallen off.
Reasons to be cheerful. We'll imagine that. I'm glad it had longevity, that one. This one, now, if I was choosing, this would be my demo of the week. Craig, did you see this?
Ta-da! I did.
Oh, look at that. How awesome is that? Pop up, pop out box card. I think it is absolutely awesome. So we're going to call that one Box. Oh, there's loads of boxes. Pop up. We're going to call that one Pop Up. There we go. The next one we've got just here. This is Leanne's, and this was from Colour Me Happy. So we'll call that one Mouse. There we go. If you want to go for that one, go for Mouse. Right, the next one. This was Debbie Fisher's from Monday, and I know that because I was here for the Edibles Masterclass. So let's call this one Sunflower. There you go. If you want to go for that one, go for Sunflower. Right, next, this one here. Now, this is Jan's from Launch Day. So if you want to go for that one, let's go for Butterfly if you want to vote for that one. Up next, this is Craig's Stag from Monday Makers.
Love it so much.
If you want to go for that one, then you need to put Stag in the comments. Now, this next one, this is also Jan's, and this was from her launch day. Oh, if you want to go for this one, you know what you need to do? Put Dad in the comments if you want to go for that one. Now, this one here, this was Sarah's from Launch Party. If you want to go for this one, you need to put Bird in the comments. The next one here, this one. Is that Leanne sneaking another one in? Oh, so we're disqualifying that one. Sorry, Leanne.
To be fair, we should disqualify Sarah. Is that not a duplicate?
She put the same demo in twice, I know. But she didn't, to be fair, in her defence, she didn't put it in. We voted it. We voted it in. So this one just here.
Whoa, wait a minute.
What?
That's another Leanne.
I know, but we should have 13, Craig, and I don't think we do have 13. So what are we calling this one? And when's this from? A duplicate of what? So who keeps putting these in then?
I just think we should take that Stag one and just put it as an overall winner.
I feel like we need. I can feel a legal challenge coming at this rate, Craig. Honestly, we're going to be recounting this one.
Forgot about that.
This is from.
That was mine, Masterclass.
From the Masterclass. We're going to call this one
the winner.
Aperture. If you want to go for that one, vote Aperture. Right, I'll recap them again for you. Ready? We're missing 2 boxes apparently, and a woodland. And do you know what? If they were my demos and they weren't included, I'd be absolutely fuming. All Debbie with the Y's.
Is she not taking them away with her?
Do you know what she's not been doing? She, at the end of the show, rather than giving me the demo that wins, she's just been putting them away and taking them with her.
Well, that's her own fault. She can't blame anyone but herself.
Debbie.
They're not going to be included.
Okay, do you need a recap or are you all right in the comments? Are you all right? Okay, vote for your favourite. See the one, look, but Debbie's is going to win anyway. This one of Debbie's is going to win. I'm absolutely convinced of it. So, vote for this one. Vote for this one. Don't vote for this one. Sorry, George. Every time I do it, George cuts to it and then, I like that one, Craig. I like it. Craig really wants to win this so bad. He does have loads of entries, doesn't he?
If you've seen the other night with myself and Ben, I'm not scared to let you know what I think of you. Even although I maybe shouldn't have said it live on air, but you know.
Wowzers. Wowzers. Right, Craig, you know, it's all about I don't choose, you know, because look, let's face it, if I choose, you wouldn't be winning this week. So maybe it's a good thing. Because Debbie would be winning. Debbie would be winning this week. I'm sorry, she's got my favourite demo of the week. I mean, she's missed
Good point,
half her
Lawrence.
entries
Can't even
out.
submit her entries.
Yeah, so you need to vote in the comments. You know what you need to do, guys. One of our social media superstars will pick out the winner a little bit later in the show. Should we do one more? Do you want to do one more in the show?
Do you know
Craig's
what?
absolutely fuming. Is that enough?
Just you do it.
Right, bring the Gemini over.
You think you're so good, you do it.
He's had enough. That's it. That's all we're going to get. I mean, he's had enough. He's gone. That's it. He's out. Do you need these back, don't you?
No, it's okay.
No.
I'll do something else.
So much sass is what we're looking. This is what we have to work with, you see. Right. Sorry for being a bit prickly. This is something maybe you were sending to me a little bit later in the week.
That's what I should be giving you.
Oh, you couldn't write it, could you? You couldn't write it. Right, so this is that's a big succulent. It is. This is the Gemini Decorative Outline Die Collection. What is going on? We've also got the little birdie die and stamp. You've also got the dancing butterflies as well in there. And don't forget as well, you've also got this one here, which is in full bloom. These are great because they should be nearly £80. They should be $100. Look at what you're paying. You've got a better than half price deal again with these on this. Do you need these? Do you need these dies back? Or you're all right?
No, you're okay. I've got something else.
Right, over to you, Craig. I mean, no one's going to vote for you now. Not after that charade.
What we're going to do now is we're going to just quickly show you your the outline die. We're going to go for the Kingfisher. Now these dies here, these are actually a modern take on the original peel-off stickers that you used to get, the little font ones, you used to get some images. This has now taken it to the next level. Now on the bit of cardstock that I did give to Joe, so I've taken another one, I've taken just a piece of our black cardstock, matte black. The piece that I gave to Joe was actually a piece of the adhesive black cardstock that comes from the window arch dies. Have I taken the right ones? Is this the outline? This is, there you go, yeah.
Angela says, Craig should be
Scrap that.
crowned the winner. He has done so much for us this week. It's not Miss World, Angela, it's Demo of the Week. So, the people are speaking. Apparently the people are speaking, Craig, and I must let you know that at the moment, Pop Up is way out in the lead at the moment. You have got someone's renamed you the Stroppy Scotty in the Scotty Scotty in the comments. Pop Up is like so far out in the lead at the moment. You've got 5 minutes. If you want to change the outcome of this vote, then you need to get voting. But yeah, Pop Up way out in the lead at the moment.
Oh, apparently my mum's watching.
Oh.
Oh well, here we go. She'll know exactly what I'm like then. So, what I've done...
There will be people watching this though, Craig, that think that we're being wholly serious and think that you are just now a massive diva and that'll be what they think forever. So, I mean, we should let people know that we are actually joking. Well, I am anyway. I don't know if Craig is.
Certainly after the things Ben was saying last week as well, between him and you, people all think I'm a right diva.
Why, what was Ben saying last week?
Oh, he was just saying, you know that good old tip about he gets his own show, he gets his name in the show, he starts throwing strops and that.
Well,
I'm so far from the truth.
We were all thinking it, Craig. I'm joking. We weren't at all. Craig is a dream to work with. He really is.
I could be the least diva-ish person in the world. I would never ask someone to do something I would never do myself. And that's a fact. Now, I've got the right die this time here, although you can be doing what I'm doing with the window arch dies. So these are the ones that are actually a modern take on the old traditional style peel-offs. These are your outside edge dies, so you could be using these with your double-sided adhesive sheets if you so wish. And then also within each set you get some stamps too. So you've got sentiment stamps like Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful, you've got Your 1 in a Million, you've got You Looking Sharp. So you've got a nice selection to actually correspond with the actual image. So the reason I had originally taken one of the black adhesive sheets was so that I could peel it off and then pop it onto a bit of watercolour card. Let's just use our dotty tape runner for quickness. We're going to go all the way round. But if you've got things such as double-sided adhesive vinyl or anything that is adhesive back, or at least as long as you can die cut it, Joe, you could then pop it onto adhesive and then you can bring it all the way round. And then whatever ideas or inspirations you see when it comes to these outline dies, you can do exactly the same with the window arch or vice versa. So if I pop that one on, now what I could do is if I bring in, again, just quickly, it gives you an idea, tip as to what you can do. Let's go for our aqua pen. Let's go for our sea green. And I'm going to go onto my glass mat, or you can go onto your non-stick craft mat, which we've got coming up.
Candice has said you are such a diva, Craig.
I am.
Well, she actually says, I wish I could vote more than once. Love the aperture. Craig, you are so funny. Diva. I mean, the fact that Candice says she wishes she could vote more than once implies that she's voted for the pop-out card, but she wishes she could vote for yours as well. I'm not sure if that's the case, Candice. You can't ask people who they've voted for because, you know, it's like the, you know, like the general election, isn't it? I think if we could, you know, take all of Craig's demos, accumulated all of those votes, then maybe he would have won. But that's not the point of this. So I am in a position to announce the winner. I have been informed of who the winner is. And I'm sorry, Craig. But it is, of course, the lovely Debbie with her pop-out box card. She is the winner of this week's Demo of the Week. So it's going to be going up, ready for our, you know, I'm not sure how often we're going to do it, if it's going to be Demo of the Month or Demo of the Year, but it's going to go up next to Fiona's box card, which won last week, and then we're going to pop into there Debbie's one as well. So I'm going to pop a little note on the back of when it was and when she made it, and we'll pop it on the shelf ready for the card of the month or card of the year or whatever it is. And also, Craig, if I could get you to pop a little star up next to Debbie's name on the other side of the studio over there, because I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's like a big leaderboard. So if you've got an alcohol marker, you just pop a star up there, Craig. Is that all right?
I don't know, can you go over with me, can you?
We're going to go... yeah, so Debbie with a Y.
Debbie with a Y.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that, Craig? There you are.
There we go. To be honest, it's flipping good, isn't it?
It is really good, yeah.
Really good demo. I really like that one.
So,
nice take. So, no, well done, Debbie. Deserved.
And what's the date today? 17th? Thanks, Craig. That was really believable. Back to you.
So, as you can see, just while Joe was waffling rubbish, as usual, you can see what I've just been doing is just colouring in with my aqua pens. So it's onto a watercolour card. Now, this could be acetate. You could be using your classics or tri-blends. You could do paper piecing if you want, or it could be, you know, your permanent markers. It's a nice, easy way just to colour in.
The Pouty Scotty.
See what you've started.
Norma Spencer says we should rename him the Pouty Scotty. Anne says, would you like to be my son-in-law? I've got a daughter. I don't know if that's aimed at me or Craig. I'm not sure. But maybe. Who knows? Ruth Brewer says, we love you, Craig. We still want the pop-up box card. I've not seen anything like it before.
I do. I honestly agree. I've never even seen the pop-up styles being made in that way either. So I don't blame you for voting for that. What I am blaming you for, Joe, is the fact of now people think I'm going to be a stroppy, moody diva, and I am the least person that's like that. I mean, that's down to you.
I wasn't the one that flounced across the studio and slammed my prep on the other person's counter, you know. So I feel like this is a you problem, not a me problem, Craig.
You started it. You riled me up. You riled me up.
Oh, we've got
we've
another
still got
hour
another
to
to
go
go.
yet. Don't forget, we've got Craft Folk coming up, of course, at 7 p.m. this evening. So you're going to want to make sure that you join us for that because, yes, who knows what could happen? Who knows what the Shoppy Scotty's going to get up to in that next show. I think he just might go home. That might be it. He just might, he might have said he's had enough. But it's all quarters. That looks really beautiful, Craig.
You see how effective that is, and see how that would look, Joe, if you bring in a few other colours, finish it off. You can do that shading with your aqua pens, or maybe you want to do your aqua pots or your aqua sparkle pens.
Absolutely, loads that you're going to be able to do. Lots of different techniques you can do them. Anne-Marie Dorr says Craig is our hero with all that he does for crafters, not just the crafters TV shows, but the lives he does from home. He goes that extra mile. So there you go, got a fan there. Right, I'm going to wind Craig up a little bit more over a cup of tea for the next hour or so. Thanks for joining us for Second Chance Sunday. It's been loads and loads of fun. Make sure you come back and join us because it's that Core Tools up to 30% off, including a Gemini or the OG Gemini, as Debbie called it. Not sure she realised that stands for Original Gangster, Craig.
I thought it was Original Girl.
Sorry?
I thought it was Original Girl.
OG is Original Gangster. It's OG Original Gemini,
Yeah.
of course. How could we be so silly? Right, you've got an hour to do what you need to do and make sure you join us back here on Crafters TV. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.